the season's been, like I said, full of highs and lows. Looking back on it, we've gone through lows like this. What's up, everyone? It's John from REFSIX here, and I'm going to take you through my end of season review. Now, for me, this season's been finished roughly 2 weeks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take you through all my stats on REFSIX to look back at the season, and then just have a chat about, how I feel the season went, and obviously some other news as well. So if we go on REFSIX and then look into trends, I am able to have a look at all my games. So as you can see, I've done 77 matches in total on REFSIX. But if I go to the top corner and then filter it by season, and then I'll take out fourth official and observer because I haven't done them yet. I haven't done them all season. So the plan is to press search, and then I've done 47 matches this year. And if we look at the breakdown, I've done 27 middles and 20 lines. For me, the noticeable games are out of the 27 middles, I had 3 development games in the middle. So I did Burgess Hill, Three Bridges, Burgess Hill, Three Bridges, did the reverse fixture at the end of the year, and I did Chipstead Staines. So that was when, as a level 4, they took me up to cover the shortage of referees, or the referee pulled out, whatever happened, I was lucky enough to be put on the game. And for one of the lines, I did Eastbourne Borough in the National League South as well. So I did a step up in my lines as well. So obviously 2 very noticeable games and 1 final. And 2 semi-finals actually. So, as a whole, I got, 7 big games, we can say. 2 semi-finals, both on the line, 1 final in the middle. So delighted with the, overall fixtures. In the games, we're going to break it down further now. So we're going to have a look at my roles as we'll do it as an assistant first. So like I said, we did 20 matches, 60 goals, 7 home wins, 5 draws, 8 away wins. Something I've never really looked at before, but it's actually quite nice to look. Most goals came in Horsham versus Enfield with 7, and then a lot of 5-goal thrillers we can have a look at. Obviously, when I go to games, the home team don't like scoring that much, but an average of 3 goals, 2 lines a month on average, which feels quite low actually, but then I suppose over the season it averages out. Misconduct, I monitor the misconduct, so we can see the referees gave out 62 yellows, average of 3 a game. I have 4 red cards in total. 3 came in 1 game, as you can see, and that was the Sunday League semi-final, and the referee just had a lot going on really, so it was quite difficult. Not difficult for him, but it was a difficult game to manage. So yeah, we can see 28 foul tackles, 8 adopting aggressive attitudes. It's just nice to look back on these. The interesting stuff is distance. So as an assistant referee, I covered nearly 85 kilometres on the line. So an average distance of 4.24, which I would think is about fair. Sometimes I was running 5 and a bit. Sometimes I was running 3.8. So this sort of makes sense in terms of the average distance. As you can see, I run actually more in the second half than I do in the first half, which is somewhat strange actually. I would have thought I would have done it the other way around because I tend to burn off a lot of nerves. Speed. Again, it highlights something that I've been talking in the vlogs quite heavily. Low sprints, 106 throughout the season, medium sprints, 125, and high sprints, only 10. It's something I highlight in the season a lot. I haven't, sprinted enough, or sprint enough, whatever the word is. My top game, I only had 15 sprints throughout the whole match, so, that's not ideal for an assistant referee. And one of them wasn't even the National League game, so I must have had a really easy game then. And then finances, on the line I earned £920 this year, £672 in fees and £448 in expenses. So that makes sense because I don't know why the match fee for us is 34 plus expenses, so £33.60 makes sense when I've done, a line for a charity game or, just a flat fee. So that makes perfect sense. Now let's get on to the juicy stuff. So if I switch it to refereeing, we have done, matches-wise, 27 middles. Like I said, we've had some good games, 3 development, 3 Ishmael League games, 1 final. Goals, 2.7 a game. I don't get involved in that many high-scoring games. However, apart from the games with the most goals, I've had a 10-goal thriller, but it was 9-1. So, we've had a few decent ones. A lot of away wins, a lot of draws. Misconduct-wise, 48 yellows throughout the year, so average of 1.78 a game. I would feel quite happy with that, actually. I don't feel like I give a lot. We've spoken in the vlogs a lot about man management and how I've got on with things. And I've really enjoyed my man management here. Only 3 temporary dismissals all year. So that's, for me, man management. I've not been picked up on anything about, I should have done this and I should have done that from observers. So, happy days. Games with the most incidents was 5 yellows. So, I've kept it relatively down. I know some people have like 8, 9, 10. So I've managed to keep it down quite a lot this year, which is nice. 3 red cards in total. 1 came in the Mid-Sussex League and 2 came in the Eastbourne Town game, which unfortunately wasn't on film. It's one of the first times we started vlogging and I was doing every other game, but I had a really tough one that day. In terms of yellow card positions, we can have a look. Very varied, apart from this top right-hand corner where I seem to give a lot of my cards, interestingly. And misconduct codes, 27 for foul tackles, 4 for adopting an aggressive attitude, 2 for C4, 2 for dissent. So yeah, plenty of foul tackles. Adopting an aggressive attitude I might have to look at next year. Is that man management or should it have been dissent? Those are the questions we need to ask. And then we have serious foul play and for the Reds. Distance-wise, the really fun stuff. 260 kilometres I've run this year. So over, 27 games. I averagely run 9.64. Which for me I thought was a little bit lower, but then obviously there are a few Sunday League games in there where I run less. And actually in the final I only ran 8.7k. So, average distance again, we look at it, and I would have thought it would have been more in the first half because me personally, I run around quite energetically and I'm very, burn off a lot of nervous energy straight away. So I'd have thought maybe in the second half would have been slightly lower. But then in the second half, I'm always, from about 60 minutes on, like, okay, we've got to snap down now and sort of nail this and make sure we've got everything right. My top matches, 13.25k, which was Loxwood versus Old Vardinians, 2 nearly in the 13ks, a lot of 12s in there. So I can recognise all these games looking at them, Loxwood, Vardinians, there was that one, Vardinians, that's going to be versus, if we quickly click on it, we'll have a look, versus Crawley Down Gatwick. Hassan came to watch that game, 13k. Look at all the sprints. I remember that game really well. That was at the Withdean, all those sort of cool things. So, it was nice that Hassan came and watched. But you remember, when looking back, you remember these games and the good fond memories as well as the bad ones as well. So, speed, plenty of sprints to look through here. 600 low, 626 high, and medium, and 68 high. Again, highlighting the point that I'm not hitting those heights and those high-speed sprints that I need to. But I averagely run, 22, 23. So that's about 50, roughly about 50 sprints a game, which is pretty impressive, I think. So if we look at, the games with the most, 60 sprints in that Vardinians game, the one I said that Hassan came to, you see it brings a smile to my face, got assessed that day, got 72.75. Loxwood Vardinians in October, that was a tough game at Loxwood, got assessed there, 73.75. That was a big one for us that day. And then obviously the breakdown. I spend a lot of time walking, no shock, and a lot of time sprinting. Finance-wise, I've earned £1,213 in the middle, which is, quite a nice sum. Obviously, the total and expenses are very different because we tend to get a flat fee in our league, as well as less expenses. And the only time I've claimed expenses were for cup games and stuff, so that makes a lot of sense. And I've done a lot of other games as well, like we went to Aarhus, did a game for free, so I got nothing there. The cup final, you only get expenses, so you get nothing there. Semi-finals are the same in certain leagues, and I've covered a couple of friendlies as well. So yeah, that makes sense. So that's been obviously the trends on REFSIX, but now we're going to talk about the season itself. So my end of season review has been one of, how do we say, ups and downs. Yeah, my whole season has been very up and down. I started the season quite strong in terms of my marks, and my club marks started well. Overall, in the end of the season, for assistant refereeing, I came 239th out of 951. Out of all the assistant referees at level 4, which my average was 72.7, so in the top 250 out of 900, so in the top 25%, which I'm delighted with. For refereeing, for observers, because we don't hear anything else, I came first out of 33 with an average of 72.990, so just under 73. The season's been, like I said, full of highs and lows. Looking back on it, we've gone through lows like this. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to be honest with the camera here. It's the 20th of January. The promotion emails came out, and I didn't get one for mid-season. I'm devastated. Honestly, devastated. The emotions are high. I've only just found out. I thought I'd vlog it, 'cause why the hell not now? Come this far in the season. I'm heartbroken. Where obviously I didn't get promoted, and you can see how visibly upset I was. Obviously that's unseen footage. I didn't have the heart to put it out straight away. But we also have highs like this. Okay, I'm shaking. The time is 6:45. I'm about to go to six-a-side football, and I've just got this letter. I've done it. I've been promoted. I can't believe it. I'm shaking. I'm close to tears. I've done it. I can't believe it. I'm speechless. Oh my God. All the hard work, all the effort. I've done it. I've done it. I didn't think it was going to happen. I'm not going to lie. I've said all along that I didn't want to go through the hype again in terms of what happened last in January. I genuinely didn't believe it. And I said, I'm going to go about it a different way. And if I get promoted, then well. And I've done it. Where, I'm happy to announce the other day that I got my letter to level 3, and all the trials and tribulations and hardship all suddenly disappeared, and it felt worth it. But throughout the season, I went through highs and lows of struggling in terms of, was I good enough, the imposter syndrome, stepping up as well. I had games where I was able to step up and take the middle of injured referees, like that last game of the season, and felt prepped, and for the first time in 3 years I felt ready to go up. I think that's why it hurt so much in January. I was in a great position, and there's that big phrase that you can't have a good day if you don't know what a bad day feels like. So in all honesty, it made me stronger. It made me enjoy my refereeing a lot more, coming off the back of that disappointment, because I just took the pressure off myself. So it probably did me a bit of a favour, but it really hurt at the time. And I know what a lot of people are feeling right now about not getting the letter. And trust me, the easiest thing to do is just hold fire, because a lot of people will say, your time will come and all of this, but that's not what you want to hear right now. And it's definitely not what I wanted to hear in January. I just wanted to sulk, have my bad week, where I told everyone to leave me alone, and that's absolutely fine. But the idea is to build on whatever it is and find your enjoyment in it. That's what I did. I found why I was enjoying it, took the pressure off myself, and then just kept moving forward. But you're absolutely fine to be upset, because I was, like you saw, devastated. So, overall, for me, it's been a fantastic season. 2 semi-finals, 4 development games, and a final. Even without the letter of being promoted, you take that and you say, wow, what a season for me. I've enjoyed every minute of it. I've been out with some great people. I've loved every minute of it, and I've loved sharing it with you guys, really. So, you know, we go again next year. We go bigger and better next year. But for now, like I said, I've taken 2 weeks off. You probably won't see me again for another 2 weeks because I'm going to take some time off to totally rest and recover as I need to. And then it's back into off-season training and fitness test season then. So you'll probably catch me again in a couple of weeks, ready and raring to go for the off-season stuff because I need a rest. It's been a mentally draining season. But like I said, I would change a little bit. I'd like to have been promoted in January. But overall, you know, working with REFSIX and Hassan has really helped in terms of, you know, they've allowed me to work and referee. So that's great. So work's helped. My family have really supported me. My friends have really supported me. So, you know, it's not just a one-man team. Find yourself with a good group because it does help at the end. But so that's been my end of season review. Like I said, I have enjoyed the season more than I thought I was going to, especially coming off the back of a COVID season. It's been a long season, 47 games. I've enjoyed every minute of it. And I'm proud to say that I am now a level 3 referee pending I pass the fitness test. So thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below if you got promoted or you didn't, and I'm happy to reach out and talk. My email is john@refsix.com if you want to have a quick chat. But I'd like to hear how your season's got on. Please let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys for pre-season at the next REFSIX weekly vlog.